Simon & Schuster Audio presents Beach House for Rent, written and read by Mary Alice Monroe.
Part 1. Arrival. Chapter 1. Isle of Palms, South Carolina, April 2016. The beach house sat perched on a dune overlooking the Atlantic Ocean. Small and yellow, it blended in with the waves of sweetgrass and sea oats and the delicate yellow primroses for which the cottage was named. For 85 years it had endured the fury of hurricanes, the rush of tidal surges, and the ravages of the salt-tinged air. It had withstood the test of time. The beach house was a survivor. As was she, Cara Rutledge thought, staring up at the house. She held a paintbrush in one hand and, shading her eyes from the gentle rays of the sun with the other, surveyed the fresh coat of gleaming white paint she'd just finished applying to the front porch and railings. How many times had she painted these porches, she wondered, or repaired the pergola, fixed the plumbing, trimmed the shrubs and trees. Living by the sea was a constant exercise in the art of nip and tuck, especially for an old cottage like Primrose. But she didn't mind the time or expense. She would repair and paint it every year she could still lift a paintbrush or afford a plumber. Because even more than the historic house on Tradd Street in Charleston, or the treasured centuries-old family antiques that filled the Rutledge family's home, this modest 1930s beach house held the real memories of her family. Only the good memories, she corrected herself with a wistful smile as her thoughts floated back to the halcyon days of her childhood. When she was growing up, summer meant leaving the bustle and noise of Charleston and coming out to Primrose Cottage on the Isle of Palms with her mother Olivia and her older brother Palmer. It might have been only a trip across the Grace Bridge, some 20 miles, but back in the day the change was so significant they might as well have journeyed to another country. Many of the girls she knew from school spent summers at family cottages on Sullivan's Island, but her mother claimed she preferred the relative isolation and the maritime forest on Isle of Palms.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?